So now the next inspiring story is the work with the youth. And I would like to ask Andreja Križnič to come and share some of the stories about how InCo worked with the young generations, those that actually we work for, and they are all about the future.
Hello to everybody. My name is Andreja, and I'm a member of InCo movement since 2008, and very actively in last months. So what Ladeja said is not completely true. I am not coordinator of InCo Junior, InCo Bachelor, but I believe very strongly in it, and that's why I want to dedicate my presentation to Mojca, because she is the one who made a lot of these things happen together with others, and she could not be here with us. Okay. When I was thinking how to start this presentation, I remembered when I was first time in event organized by InCo movement. It was in a museum, and this museum had a cafe, and there was a glass wall here. And then Violeta was, during the presentation, she said, look, our future is passing by. And there were children 10 years old, and we were waving to each other. So, what I can say, children are our future. But future is a funny word. And what can we say about it? I mean, can we tell how it's going to be? Do we know how, for example, 2035 will look like? How our homes will look like? How are we going to communicate, drive, work, and so on? I believe not. I think we can just wish and hope it's going to be better. We can make scenarios, predictions, but we are not sure. And that is exactly what InCo, I will call it InCo Youth, is about. We would like to equip young people with the things that we need, we think they will need. So to be creative, to be self-confident, and to be able to make these innovations and things that they will need, that they will make it happen, so that our world will really be better, look better, and so on. Okay, so the idea is very simple. First were workshops which were organized for teachers and for children, youth in schools. The idea of these workshops was to introduce both to teachers and to children what is innovation, how does innovation process look like. The idea is, because I don't know what's the experience in Austria, but the education system very much teaches you have to do this and that, and this is the right way, and so on. So, of course, this is not creative, so try to explain what's the idea about creativity, who are the stakeholders, because it's not just teachers, pupils, parents, and so on, and how can we create, or that we can co-create the environment that will be innovative, and the teachers can do it in a classroom. So the key message is basically everybody is creative. Innovations are all around us, not just in the United States or wherever. So this is the idea, through these discussions, to help children see the innovations around them. And, of course, to be aware, I can contribute to the future after these workshops. To be different and to express my opinion counts. So this is the key message. Some slides from these workshops. This is, I think, one of the first one. To explain what's the difference between idea, invention, and innovation. To teach them about basics of innovation process. These workshops are not just, talking, but also doing. So we try to engage children to communicate, working groups, discuss, and they know a lot of stuff. For example, there was a workshop on eco-innovation, one group discussing about water, the other about energy, waste, and so on. And children, they are very connected. They are reading things on the internet, talking to each other, so they know a lot of things. Interesting, their experience with the workshop was very good because they were able to do things that were not standard classroom procedure. And that's why also the results are very powerful. Those children who were participating in these workshops really gained self-confidence, really saw things, really start to believe that they can contribute, and really, this is unfortunately in Slovene, but it says crazy ideas, and there are a lot of ideas how they see the world will look like maybe in 2035. Of course, without support, nothing of this would happen. Everybody, so all the stakeholders of this innovation space were involved. I would especially like to thank sponsors because these workshops were financed by the companies that saw that this is very important and that saw that this innovation is not just something that will happen in their R&D departments, but they have to invest in young people, invest in teachers, because those people will grow up and they will work in their companies. And of course, it wouldn't have happened without partners and initiators. First of all, Vibacom with a team. Also, not without Ljubljanski univerzitetni inkubator, who is actually leading those workshops for InCo Bachelor, and also Visoka šola Doba Maribor. And of course, a lot of members who as volunteers worked in, contributed, artists, and so on. Thank you very much. That's not all, of course, not just workshops. So second part of the story is that there is also InCo Conference and InCo Award. The idea is, of course, not just to have InCo Conference for us adults, but also for youth. So in parallel to the main conference, there is also a conference for the youth organized. And InCo movement also tries to support people not just to think creative and to do and think about crazy things, but also to write, make photographs, paint, and make multimedia contributions. And these are evaluated, and of course awards are given to the youth from primary school and also to the students. I've put here some pictures, and this, I don't know how to say, sculpture was made by this little girl over there. So, of course, not just workshops and not just award and conference is enough. You know that young people are very connected to the internet, and you have to talk with them, you have to really make them feel, make them believe. I believe that through these workshops, the basic thing that we did is, because when you enter the school, you are very creative, and during this education process, this creativity does not really die, it's somehow asleep. So during these workshops, this creativity of the child that entered the school was really reborn. And we wanted to make it available to as much children as possible. That's why regional youth conferences, meetings were organized, internet forum, gathering with young innovators, and also lectures and workshops on faculties. In figures, till today, there were 49 schools and even kindergartens participating, a lot of workshops organized, 1,400 children and youth, 700 students, and 1,200 teachers. And there were also 11 members of an evaluation committee for InCo Award, because we have so many categories, and over 50 volunteers. So to make it all this happen. Why do we do this? Well, I think we would like to think that we do it for children. But actually, if we think hard, we are also the children. Maybe the ones whose this creativity is still asleep, and we would like from younger generations to make it again alive and happen. So I believe we are doing it also for ourselves, in order to be creative, to hear children, to understand them, because I believe that children are our greatest teachers, or can be. And that's why we need to hear them, we need to listen to them, we will teach from them, and that's why we are doing it. I think we are doing it for our future. And I would just like to, 1 second more, because I said in the beginning, I was not the part of this story, but I strongly believe in it. I would just like to thank all of you who are now sitting here, who did this, who made this, and who made it running. We will keep on doing it. Thank you very much. And also for all those who were not here, thank you.